everyone, it's Miss Kate.
And Miss Hazel.
So today we're going to do something that's kind of fun, using some recycled materials. When I was in Minneapolis over the summer, we stayed in a hotel that had an interesting piece of art on the wall. It was, I don't even know who the artist was because it didn't tell me, but it had some, there's a lot of color and texture and had interesting pieces that represented Minneapolis in the piece of art. So it was a round piece, but we're going to try and do more of a rectangle kind of square one. So I'm going to use a piece of cardboard that someone drew on, but then got left somewhere. I'm going to use our cardboard scissors. So I'm just cutting this edge off so it's more of a square-ish, more square than it was. I'm going to put these on the side. And then I went into our bin of painted paper. So I will slice up a bunch of these. Now, before we've talked about radial symmetry, which is so it radiates from the center and goes out, but it's all even. This one's not going to be even. It's radiating out from the middle. I mean, so when I use my glue stick here, I'll put a piece, I'm going to guess where the middle is here, put a strip of glue. Oh, this glue stick's kind of yucky. And then I'm just going to glue this one down. My plan is to make it into quadrants, into 4 pieces like this, and then add in the rest of it. But now we're going to zip ahead. So here's the one I did already. So I glued all of these down, and some of them are kind of coming up. I think it gives it texture. I also didn't want pieces hanging over the edge, so when I was done, I turned it over and I snipped off these edges like that. I think I'm doing it right. Oh yeah, there we go. So then it was, didn't see so many things sticking out over the edge. Now here comes the fun. This was fun to do. But see how it's not evenly spaced out there? And I think we've talked about it before too, that adding black to things helps make your colors pop. Instead of just similar colors is great, but when you want something to pop out, adding a little bit of black helps. So I could have drawn things, but I went online and I looked at things that were important for our city, Alameda, California. And because the piece had little things like, there were some bees on it because I can't remember what it was, but there's some company in Minneapolis that has bees. But there are other things, Target's, the Target stores, their headquarters are in Minneapolis, so they had logos all over it. It was interesting. So I went online and I printed out, I found some things I thought were interesting for our city. So here's Welcome to Alameda. This is the Alameda logo. For those of you who don't know, Skippy Peanut Butter was invented right here in Alameda. And then this is a picture of a Victorian house because we have a lot of Victorians here. This one is one of our many bridges because we live on an island. We have some bridges to get people over here. This is Park Street Bridge, or the Green Bridge, like most people call it. And then there's something from Neptune Beach, which many, many years ago, way before I was born, there was an amusement park at the beach here in Alameda, and that was called Neptune Beach. And then another thing born here in Alameda was Alameda Arts.
Woo-woo!
So I've cut those out. And again, I'm going to use my glue stick. I don't know if I have another one. I'm going to use my glue stick.
You need a different glue stick.
Well, this one's going to work.
Here's a Jessie, brand new.
Oh, thanks, because this one was not so great. So actually, I was going to decide where I wanted to put them. So I'm going to place my Skippy Peanut Butter right here. We used to have something, we used to have a festival on Webster Street, which is near where we are right now, called the Peanut Butter Jam Festival. And I think it may have been sponsored by Skippy, but it was fun. You got a little jar of Skippy Peanut Butter.
I have a little question, Miss Kate.
Sure.
What if a family did this together and they picked things that were important to their family, like where mom and dad were born? If they lived
that's
in
a good
different
idea.
city, or
So it could be all about family.
And it could be pictures of maybe like old relatives.
Oh, I think that's a great idea. You could do so many things with this.
Yeah.
I like that.
That would be your theme. Decide what your theme is, and then collect things.
And then having, so it could be photos, it could be things out of magazines, it could be your own drawings, whatever you want to do.
Your school.
Mm-hmm.
Important things for your school. You could make was this a really big piece of art that you saw, Miss Kate?
It was probably, I don't know, how long is this? It's probably this big.
36 inches. Like,
Sure, maybe 3 feet, a 3-foot circle. It was a big piece. It was really cool. It was just right there on the wall in our hotel room. And so I thought, when we get back to Alameda, we should do one of these because it's fun.
It's like inspiration for art is everywhere.
It is. I know. We had so much inspiration over this past summer, going to different museums and walking and just looking at things. And it turns out, and in a hotel room. So, this is my piece in the end. This tells me this is all about Alameda, and I got to use all this really fun paper. So, if you want to make one, it's super easy. Piece of cardboard, some strips of paper that you cut, and then whatever you decide your theme is, you just add that right in. I'm going to go hang this up. All right, see you soon, everyone. Bye.
Bye, friends.